Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Ethereum Classic's price chart, and specifically I want to do a complete Elliott waves analysis on this area right in here, starting from the lows to around the current price action, about let's say $21.5. So are you ready? Let's dive in. First things first, we have to talk about the bullish case, because I know a lot of you that have Ethereum Classic in your portfolio want to be optimistic and call this point our final low. So, it's not really going to hurt for us to talk about what is going on in here in case that some sort of a bullish scenario is happening. And by the way, that actually suggests that we are in for some very much exciting times. Why? Because according to the bullish case in ETC, this can be a wave 1, correction for wave 2, another move up into wave 3, correction for 4, and yet another move on the upside into wave 5. And why is this such a great sign? Because if you want to be bullish on any chart, you actually have to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave off of the lowest low. Now, followed by that, I think we can all agree that this is a very slow and choppy move down. I don't know, maybe in form of like an ABC or maybe a WXY. Preferably, yes, I want to say that this is ABC down into a wave W, correction for wave X, and this is our second ABC zigzag into our wave Y, completing a beautiful double zigzag structure. And what is going on starting from this point moving forward? You see, we can have different possibilities. For example, when you look at this chart from a zoom out point of view, it sort of kind of does make sense to argue, you know what, maybe this is 5 wave up into a wave 1, followed by a correction for wave 2, and what's next? We're gonna have a massive move on the upside into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree, this is going to be into wave 3, followed by a correction for another move up into wave 5. And since we are not, at least right now, according to this count, on our way up to complete the sub waves for our wave 3s, well, okay, makes sense to argue that in Ethereum Classic, we are going to see some beautiful, strong upward price action. However, I sort of kind of do have a problem with this count. Why? Let's zoom in more and see what is going on, because you know it, the devil is always into the details. So what is going on in here? In my view, there's actually a chance that we are having, I don't know, let's say like a 1, 2, wave 3 to about here, correction for another clear cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into wave 5, and also starting from the lows, this is yet another 5 wave, and this might be, since this leg is actually quite a strong one, like an ABC expanded flash. So what is it that I'm trying to tell you? I know it doesn't really look like it, but I really cannot ignore the fact that maybe in here in ETC, this is one. This is wave 2, this 5 wave up is into wave 3 to about this point, and maybe this is going to be to around even the lows, a correction structure into wave 4, and what's next? You know what? Another move up into wave 5, and this might actually get very much extended. Why is that? You see, if you want to say this count is happening, then okay, odds are this whole 5 wave is going to be into a wave 3 and then correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, and what is one very important characteristic of a wave 3? You know the answer if you are a regular viewer. It's being quite a strong and sharp move on the upside, and as you can see, so far at least, we're not really seeing that much of a strong move up compared to this move. So what's the idea here? You see, there is this concept called extension. Extension suggests whenever you are having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between wave 1, 3, and 5, preferably between wave 3 and 5, one of these waves are going to get massively extended, and in it you are going to see some very much strong upward or maybe downward price action. And if you're not having extension in here for our wave 3 and 1, well, okay, I think we should say this is going to get extended for our wave 5, and it is actually quite common to have something like this in the crypto market in general. Now, do we have some more optimistic signs in the short term suggesting maybe something like this is in play, and in the short term we are going to have a very strong bounce? The answer is surprisingly maybe yes. Why is that? Let's go on 15-minute time frame. Do you remember earlier in the video we said if you want to be bullish on any chart, you need to be able to find 5 wave off of the lows, and when you go on 15-minute time frame, you realize that you actually do have a good argument for having the end of our correction into wave 4 right in here. Why? Because seems like maybe this is 1, this is 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and we clearly do not have overlapping of the waves. So this can actually fall into the category of a beautiful clear-cut impulsive structure on the upside. Now, here's a question for you. What happens after a 5-wave up, even if you want to go according to the most bullish case? You know the answer. We are going to have, even according to that scenario, a move on the downside. So I need you to understand that this move down right in here is not really that much of a huge surprise for us. It's even not a deal breaker. In fact, it might very well be part of the bullish process. But if it is actually part of the bullish process, I need to see, starting from the current point in ETC, a very strong bounce back, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, without a whole lot of overlapping of the waves. If I see this, this will be like an extremely bullish sign, indicating, you know what, on a higher degree, odds are, since in this phase up in ETC, we haven't taken the highest side in here, about $26. We may have, excuse me, let's just adjust the structures, okay? 5 up into 1, correction for wave 2, and what's next? You know what? Massive move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. So I know in Ondo we are also having something similar, but the structures in here on ETC are actually a little bit, just a little bit more clear. And that, my friends, is why I would like to argue maybe in Ethereum Classic we are actually very much bullish, and soon we are going to see our patience being rewarded big time. As long as I'm not proven otherwise, I do actually like this count quite a bit, and it's going to be kind of my primary case. And when will any kind of bullish scenarios in ETC get invalidated? I'm going to argue, excuse me, let's just delete the waves. Okay, when we get a rather strong move down in order to take the lows down here about $14.50. As long as I'm not seeing that, I think we can argue either this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into a larger degree wave 3 and then correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, or maybe even this is 1, this is 2, and then big move up into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree is going to be into this wave 3, corrective movement for 4, another move into wave 5. One way or the other, for now at least, seems like in ETC we are going according to the bullish scenario. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Ethereum Classic. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.